with you. How's it going out there tonight? We got some people jumping in here.
Yeah, great to be out doing remotely in here on the Patriot Hour with you guys tonight. Super excited. Got a bunch of people out there. Phoenix is there. Salutations, Mojo QN, San Diego, Georgia. Connie Sullivan, hello. Yes, how we doing? Buzzwoofer, so glad you're back, guys. Yes, we're able to actually
look at the screen.
Nice,
we're doing Q updates right now, if there's any. But I don't think there is. Nope, last one, 2274. 2 days ago.
Kind of see what comes out. Oklahoma, Michigan, Arizona in the house.
Clocked Pro, is it possible Q is throwing them off with all his posts on purpose? Well, disinformation is necessary.
I would agree.
South Carolina, Canada, Columbus, Ohio, Mingle, Jerry Johnson, North Carolina. How's the flooding and weather? Where are you at in North Carolina? Don't have to tell us exactly, but Clocked Pro, Pittsburgh, Minnesota's checking in. Canada, always got lots of Canada.
Iowa.
Michigan.
Yep, San Diego.
NorCal.
California's there. Yep.
All right, it's bright in the studio today.
So bright. Get your sunglasses on. Is the truth too overpowering of light?
It's too bright in here now. They were just sitting here from earlier, so. Louisiana in the house, Indiana in the house, Kazoo Mish in the house. Grand Junction, Colorado.
Kimberly Carpenter. Q is driving them to the ledge.
No fuss. Your language is horrible.
Horrible. Nice. Diversion tomorrow. Kimberly Carpenter says this.
This no fuss remembers the beanie, dude.
Yeah.
Winter's coming back.
Troll.
We'll see what I can find.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that
Michigan,
thing
Orlando.
is. I'm just joking. I've had it for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Canadians like truth. All right, Mojo, shout out.
There you go. Wanda Hillard, Georgia in the house. Connie from South Dakota.
The classes would be great for down here in Florida. Florida's in the house.
Jim's
houses down in Florida.
Scary Gary.
Scary Gary. Virginia, been there, done that. I was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia. I was actually out in like Chesapeake. I'm in the house, brothers. Robert Melendez, true patriot right there.
Wendy Fletcher, Friday they vote. I agree.
Yes, Friday they vote. That's why I got the glasses on. So much positive light and energy
coming at you. Yep. So Nebraska, Paul Waltz. Nice. Good to have all of our Patriots in here, man. You know, we're pretty excited to be able to squeeze this little live show in with you guys, and kind of sometimes the stuff, you know, until we get the web set up and going.
You didn't miss nothing. We're doing shout outs.
Yeah.
Anybody got a special cause or anything going on? Go ahead and write it in the comments here. We'll give you a little shout out. Send a little prayer your way. Let there be light. Wendy Fletcher. Yes. Somebody turn on the lights. Flip the switch.
Chris McLacker, Battle Creek, Michigan. Nice. Barbara Hanks.
It's just got a good ring to it. Battle Creek.
It does. Battle Creek. It's got to be like definitely an Indian. Either
the battle ended at Battle Creek.
There you go. Like kind of like Yes.
Glad to make the live chat. Honor Schwartz.
Chona Stila Chona. Flynn video was awesome. I agree. Mikey that was really great. It was a great video you put out. Awesome. Love the intro.
Thank you. Took a lot of schlack. I want to talk about that for a minute, actually. Folks, I didn't know
Okay.
some of the people that were commenting, they could have been just stopping by. I've seen War Drummer. That's the whole thing. And I don't know if a lot of people took him to be the one doing that and like I copied his video. No, if you follow the Serial Brain post, you're going to come out with a video very similar. There's lots of people that follow the Serial Brain and their videos are very similar because he links all the photos, he links all the videos, but there's still going to be a creative touch if you take all that stuff and put it. That's what I did. My own music, my own voice.
No,
Took pictures, added photos that weren't even on his stuff. But hey, took a lot of shit. People like, hey, you owe War Drummer an apology, or like, am I supposed to ask a certain person? So no, I don't have to.
I think maybe it's just maybe some of our viewers, new time, even some subscribers who are unaware. If I covered an article, the New York Times, and put it on a video, Mike did an article, the New York Times, same article, put on his video. Let's say if one of you guys put a same article, New York Times, on your video, obviously from 3 different mouthpieces, the article is going to have a slightly different flavor. I'm going to make my inflections on my voice at a certain part of the sentence where you're maybe going to make an emphasis on the tone of your voice at the beginning of the paragraph. And it doesn't matter. The information is there. So
I agree, folks. That's why I don't do a lot. In the downtime, with now me having a lot of time and putting effort, like a lot more, you're going to see a lot of different videos. You're still going to see the same videos I've always done. You're going to see these live chats now. I agree. War Drummer does great stuff. Now, what I wanted to say to finish that off was, I guess there's people that only do Serial Brain videos, so you get used to them. And but somebody was telling me I needed to get like permission from War Drummer or Weeping Angel. I guess I don't even know if I've seen any of those videos, but I don't know if they're getting like, I don't know if they have exclusive rights with Serial Brain. He's putting out articles. People,
nope.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that would be a big no-go. We got that one.
Anybody can go to Reddit to something that had exclusive rights to certain people. It's like, well, then I'll cover Q. You guys don't touch Q, and you don't make. That's defeating the whole purpose, folks. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone can take any of my videos, try to duplicate them, take my own information. Well, you could say, you do whatever, share them. That's not. I don't get offended. I want it to get. If you can take what I say and remold it in a better way and make 10 more people listen, go for it. That's all we're trying to cover. It's all a collective project. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, how many people are covering the Q post? Yeah, exactly. And speaking of Q posts, I don't know. I think we may have. Let's see if there's any new. Get your Q drops. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up here on 2274.
Yeah, I think. Let's see here.
All right, guys. I didn't want to take the conversation to who we like or don't like. That. That's why everyone's free to do what they want. And exactly, I get it. You guys are gonna like some voices better than others. Some of you didn't like my voices in the videos. Some people thanked me for. I don't know what it is. There's different angles. There's educational videos. There's my live videos. Then there's the other videos where I'm kind of live, but they're after the fact that you guys get them. I don't know. I just get into gear. Those last couple of videos, I've been up late. Maybe it was, my kids. So I was maybe trying to be quiet on. I don't know, but I didn't want to. They're just educational videos to learn something else and the other angles. Daniel Yelly in the house.
No, exactly. I mean, the bottom line is
music's too
I think,
loud.
Hey,
Maybe.
It's all good.
Sorry,
well,
guys.
What we're always saying from the very beginning is that we're always here to promote truth and get it out to as many people as possible. So, truth comes in many forms, many ways. Serial Brain 2, whoever that post individual or team or whoever they are or whoever he or she is, doesn't do videos. If so, we'd be commenting on their videos. It's great stuff. A good
Yeah.
source of truth for sure. And
So for whatever reason that Serial Brain or Neon Revolt, they got really good articles, and they probably rely on some
Great
people to
articles.
make videos off of it, and they're happy about that. In the last video, I even went as far out to show a screenshot and website. That's as much props as you can give, really, and then I put it in the description. So I mean, I don't know what else.
And you got to also remember, folks, is that we've said this a few times. Mike has definitely said this in the beginning. Is it took a lot of personal courage to come out and actually put your face in front of the camera, because being in not only prior military and in the IT security realm, Mike and I are acutely aware of facial recognition software, information collecting, how much is coming out with Google, owning YouTube, owning information collecting. I mean, data mining is something that us IT people see as a side
Took a couple
gig
of
and doing a
years
little
to get
extra
to this
money.
point.
Yeah, exactly. So for a lot of these people like Serial Brain
Thank you, Miss
too,
Gigi.
yeah, some of these people who have the insight, the ability, the time to be able to research this and get it out there, for them, just putting it out on the web, that is huge for them. That's you're talking lots of protocols, try to figure out where the Serial Brain IP originates from. You won't be able to. That's the whole point of getting on these anonymous Reddit and things like this, so people who are either don't have the courage or for
Well,
security purposes
they
or
have said
whatever,
yes.
they don't come out.
They have said a lot of these people that have come out of nowhere with these great, insightful articles, just overnight, literally, with the Q movement. That they could be some of the Q team, for just to help straighten out
we
any.
don't. We're just speculating, of course. We don't know.
This is all speculation talk right now, by the way, folks. If you're just cutting in, we're just having a little bit of speculation talk. But, man, where are the mods?
Yeah, so I mean, for us, it's just exciting. Like we told you guys, definitely in the beginning, as this thing gets bigger, we're putting more time in, trying to do more research, and this is so much more than all of us really truly understand and have a full grasp of what's going on. Only 20% of this stuff is being put out to the public domain. We know 80% of it's going behind the scenes, and we're not finding out until months later. We're having to reference post 500 to post 2264 right now, or 65 or something like that. That's the whole the spectrum of futures proving the past Q posts of what's happening and what's going on. So it's like
that's the exciting thing about it, isn't it, folks?
Yeah.
There's our other mod. Welcome.
Yes,
like
welcome.
the Titanic, better late than never.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said that. No pun intended.
Oh yeah. So I know we were doing some garage talking, and we were talking a little bit about the POTUS's speech he gave to the press after the UN, his little UN speech. Now I think he was the acting chair of the assembly for that particular UN gathering. So not only did our esteemed honorable president get to be the chair of the UN, coming to order. He was the guy who said, as sitting chair at this particular blah, 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 some 300 or something stuff, that way I come into motion. And he was able to speak as the chair, and he also was able to speak in capacity as the president of the United States. And then, of course, after he gave a pretty powerful speech to the UN, really cutting it deep, laying it out to like, this is what's going to happen. You're going to, suck it up, buttercups, because this is what it's going to be like. And then afterwards, the news, he did kind of get an open media, and there was people from everywhere from, Al Jazeera TV to BBC to everybody in between. And they were asking some pretty tough questions about not only Kavanaugh and these different, allegations. There's now 3 allegations and stuff like that. It's like, Trump said very, very eloquently, look, he repeated what's been repeated many times before. Gowdy said it. Now the president said it. We've said it. It's like Kavanaugh has been vetted for the second highest court in the land, and he's been being vetted for the last 12 years for the highest court in the land.
Yeah, I want to know
come
why.
out?
I want to know why this Dianna Feinstein, and you guys in the audience, the Patriots out there, you guys, what do you think on that? That Dianna Feinstein held this paperwork. I guess she got it, the allegations, the charges, like 6 months ago. Are we saying 6.5, 7 months,
Yeah,
6 months?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think on that? Have you heard that? And what's the first thing that comes to your mind that why would they hold it? Why, if you got something, why wouldn't you full charge ahead with it right away?
This is
like you're waiting to.
This is huge.
Yeah, I don't know what the reason would be. I mean, I do. I got my own opinions, and I see. I think like Trump came out with his 7 or 6 or 7 picks that he would pick during his campaign. He told everybody, if you listened enough, he said, these are the people I would pick. We know that during my presidency, or whoever wins 45 is most likely going to have a couple of picks to pick. So he came out with his list, and he said, here's who I would pick. Now, like Hillary, they never did that. Now, I would think that if they got this 6 or 7 months ago, that means they were gathering stuff on all 7 picks. And they didn't want to spend their ace in the hole any earlier than after they knew who the one was going to be. Now,
Interesting. Well, or it could have been the same 3 ladies waiting in the wings, and it didn't matter who was elected. They're going to pounce on them as,
that's what I'm saying.
Disinformation.
Now, maybe this is a game we're watching. They're already talking about that the left will, the left's going to hate the next one that Trump would put up. It's a woman that's going to make Kavanaugh look like a leftist, like he's going to look like a Democrat himself compared to this lady. So maybe that was the whole thing. Throw somebody up that they knew they were going to attack. All right, thanks. Shake their hand, and then you bring up the other one, and it's like you just spent all your aces in the hole now.
What are you going to do? Yeah.
Because their go-to thing is sexual allegations, and
well, they know that it's a sexual proclivity. Is pretty much a hot topic. Everybody's doing it in the mainstream. The CEOs, musicians, blah blah blah. Everybody's doing it, So it's like, that's just, if everybody else is doing it, and that's a good little, little mud to sling his way.
Yeah. All right. So what's everybody up to tonight? Any breaking news out there that you we're going to jump into it here? I was just wanting
Censored
to know.
American doe lying under oath is a felony. Yes, I agree.
Yes. Ford says she can't fly, but she flew 3,000 miles to take polygraph. Jeez, that's a lie. Is it?
Yeah, no, I think she for the testing on the take a poly, yeah, but then
That's
now
crazy.
she's saying she can't fly because she's gotten
I get seasick. But you're flying.
It's the motion that I can't handle.
It's the motion of the ocean, but you're in the sky. I get seasick when I see out the window. All right. Tourist arrested for mooning photo at sacred site. In other news, 2 savings accounts. Okay, what kind of news is this? This is my feed. Wow. Let's go to politics. All right, Brett Kavanaugh has no good choices anymore. Let me see here. What am I seeing on the screen? Anything? Who's Ruth?
Was it this third accuser?
All right, hold on here. All right, I think I can still hear you. All right, Kavanaugh
Oh, yeah.
question about assault allegation from 85. So now there was one from 83. And I mean, now it's coming out that it was like sex, drug parties. He was like, they were, you know, get him the right concoctions to make him a little bit more loose.
A little docile, more, loose in the mouth, a little more loose lippish.
A little loose lippy.
Because they want to be sinking all kinds of shippies.
Yeah.
Let's see. Senator
Loose
Collins
lips
privately
eat chips.
raises concerns about new allegations. Senator Susan Collins, who could be determined whether Brett Kavanaugh gets a lifetime seat on the Supreme Court, raised serious concerns about private meeting about the newest allegations of inappropriate behavior against the nominee. This is just,
That comment is out of control. I can't read it. Wow. That's Kavanaugh accused by a third woman. They're gonna keep stacking them on until it goes
it's
down.
like,
How many is it gonna
Rocky,
take?
5,000. Like,
How many is it
haven't
gonna
we already
take?
heard this?
How many we got in the Who's on deck? Who's on deck?
Who's on first?
Who's on first? Who's on deck? Who's on third? Don't worry about third. Who's on deck? Yeah, I don't know, folks. This is getting. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Trump Trump came out against it all. Said like he believes Kavanaugh, and
Yeah, 100%. And these things, these individuals are just.
did you guys see this Acosta Jim type? Prompts Trump to call on female reporter. And it was ridiculous. This guy, at the end of all this, if it comes out that he was over there and he was, he's like, was doing it on purpose, I don't know what the point would be, but it's like, yeah, you did really good at being super annoying and kind of borderline treasonous. It's wild.
The top at being annoying treason. The very top, okay? Here. You could have been there, but no, you're here. The top. Man.
Trump says he'll sign spending bill to keep government open.
You don't really hear about that every quarter. You know why? Because government doesn't need to shut down, balance the budget.
So, does anyone out there by chance know the or the statistics for like false crimes? Because I know like they were just had one up a little bit ago. I was reading where the one that accused these football players
Falsely
of doing something
filed,
and then came out
false,
on social media. She never did. She made it all up. And sometimes it's like a backlash, I mean, you could be happen on both sides, but it
how
really
many
is a
accusations are actually founded versus how many accusations are unfounded?
Yeah.
Out of every, let's just say hypothetically, of every 100 accusations, 25 are founded. Oh, so you got like a 75% BS rate going on here. You got to sift through as a hypothetical.
Exactly. Second accuser never thought spotlight. Ford has 4 people to corroborate claims. Kavanaugh accuser Christine Ballsy Ford offers Senate 4 people she told about the assault claims. This is getting real. We know the story, so I don't have to read it here. Unbelievable. I just don't know. I don't know what to think about it all. If what do we do? I think they're voting Friday. Is that the word? Friday? Did you hear that, Ben, as well? Didn't we say Friday?
I think one of the I was looking at here, and I believe it was one of the individuals that the comments was talking. I think Friday was the vote. So seeing if whoever that was, I don't know if that was the case. Go ahead and see if any of the comments below. Let us know. Is that true? Friday.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right, so we're
Friday
midweek.
morning vote.
Was today?
318 loner says Friday morning vote.
Friday morning.
Let's
Okay.
see.
I know that the comments
Danielle
are. A little
Yelly.
behind.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
That's
But yeah,
good.
that's
How we
so.
want it.
Yep. No. So yeah, you guys are. If all goes well, Teresa Boyer. If all goes well tomorrow, Friday vote. So. Yep. So if everything rolls well, into this evening. Well, not this evening, but tomorrow's a good thing. Then Friday vote. So.
Well, tomorrow's Thursday. There is a hearing tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The hearings and stuff are tomorrow, and then the vote is Friday.
It's Friday.
The
Yeah,
voting.
I think tomorrow's the last chance for these accusers to come testify or whatever before they have their vote. So, very interesting. Lisa Millen says the majority of sexual assaults are not reported at the police. Only 310 out of every 1,000 sexual assaults are reported to police.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'd be very curious to see where those numbers are coming from and the statistics that you're getting from around here. We always be very careful to give statistics as a foundational empirical truth. We always say either my opinion or I believe I saw somewhere. If you definitely have those numbers that only 310 out of 1,000 sexual assaults are reported, I would like definitely to see where that's coming from. I mean, I could see that there's Lisa Mullins again, the elderly 28% reported 3 members of the military, 43% victims, 10% male victims reported 4. Those actually, honestly, to be honest, that seem kind of low. That's why I'm questioning it. Out of the amount of people we have, and especially I know some of the, I delved into some of the domestic cases in the Alaska, and those numbers that you're talking about's pretty low compared to population density in Alaska. So, with everything being said, even in other big states like California, they have about the population of Canada. So it just really depends on what you're talking about, where you're talking about, So, but I wouldn't be surprised if those are pretty close on to the numbers, but that just goes all the more to show you that we need better police, information, because they're doing their job. How many police in your area are actually, for every one police officer, there's 1,000 people, 100 people. So, they're doing their job, folks. We got to do ours. They say it's a crime. It's a totally, a shameful thing. Well, the more you report it, and again, every situation is different. We're not promoting, anything of sort. We promote the truth and justice. And so
we know the typical standards for people that are afraid to come forward because of the job positions or just all these things that we've all seen in the typical Lifetime movies or how they play out.
Yes,
we get it. This one here, it's probably most likely like they haven't seen each other since back in high school. That's the funnier thing.
How many hundreds of millions of people have you been associated with in your years of living?
Yeah, I saw something. I saw something. I don't know how much truth, but it had like a timeline. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but it was like a timeline of this charges and the lady Ford, in all the years, like when Kavanaugh in 2001 got put up to the level he was at by Bush. His name was all over the paper, and there was nothing came out, and
right.
It just had everything kind of timelined until it showed 2017. She became signed up on the anti-Trump movement, and then boom, here you go. I don't know what's going on here. Looks a little funny, little skeptical. But of course, I don't know nothing about it. Like it just came out of nowhere is what this whole story kind of. But you would expect something, right? I mean, the bigger thing is Diana Feinstein, 6 months holding on to something about this. Why? Why wouldn't you do something immediately? What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Well, I want to address Kevin Lambert. I can probably make an educated guess that every single person that's watching this live feed, including Mike, including myself, knows somebody who has been either sexually assaulted or has been a part of a sexual assault something. Your aunt, uncle, somebody. I know a friend who got, this, so-and-so, yeah, she got raped when she was younger, this, so-and-so. And so we're not completely oblivious to this situation. We definitely know that the court systems and the evidence and things like that in some areas are swayed. But I can tell you that the law is a law, and if you don't report a crime, how can a crime be investigated and somebody brought to justice? This is the same idea of perpetuating this rape culture on the college campuses, and a lot of these alleged accusations are made just purely because of the narrative that the college campuses are a rape culture area. It's like you're pointing a finger at a certain group of people and say, just merely being a part of that group, you're going to do that stuff. So, how can we change this?
Tina Mayer, sorry I didn't see it. It's tough. On our end, there's 500 comments coming through. Sometimes it skips the whole page, and we're trying to talk, and then if I don't know. I'm not going to give you all the bad aspects of it, but I just saw that I caught that you didn't get your thing read. Let me go back and see. And see, now I'm up here and I can't remember your name. It's a no-win battle. All right, so you guys are the best Patriots, the best.
There you go. Mavis Spillman says, everyone call the White House and let them know what you think. There's a number up there. So the live chat. So if you think what we just said wasn't on par or parallel with the law, or we're unconcerned, call your White House right there. So
call your White House. Let them know that you're concerned and that you have
Mavis
issues.
Spillman. Yep.
Randy Robbins, bikers for Trump should be there tomorrow. I did see a post of that. Tons of bikers shooting down. Yeah, I was staring at them comments too long. Your vertigo starts to kick in a little bit.
Yeah, because it's coming up so much. Yeah, so we try to get to all you guys, but I mean, this is what offended. That's what this is. This Patriot Hour and these live shows are about. So we can come and talk to you guys.
Eventually,
still give you guys.
We'll get to all of you, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, you stick with us.
Couple thousand shows in, and you put in your due diligence, and you keep responding. Eventually, we will call you out.
No, for sure. Hey, like I said, everybody here is great, and again, we're at the 45-minute or so marker. We've got 400 and almost 60 plus viewers live with us right now, so that's a lot to kind of go through. There we go. Okay. The NSV and org, or Statistical Sexual Violence Resource Center. Nice. 63%. Okay, so it's a little bit higher. That's what I was kind of thinking as well. I knew it's more than.
What is that number? That number we put out, the how many falsely?
Well, thank you, Susan Willard.
That's not reported.
Well, this is most underreported. Now, thank you. I said Susan Willard for giving us the context of where these numbers were coming from. It's the NSVR and the ORG, or Statistical Sexual Violence Resource Center. Crime reports rape is the most underreported crime. 63% of sexual assaults are not reported to police.
I guess how would they know that number?
Do you understand what we're trying to tell you guys? How do you know 63% are not reported? Because they're not reported. It could be
That's like the government
148
telling how
million
many
percent.
illegals.
They don't know.
Like, what's
Are
the
coming
exact
across the
number of
border.
illegals in this country?
We don't know. How do you track
estimate,
them?
11 million. If we knew the
So-
exact amount, then somehow we would know where they're all at, and somehow we should know. So it's all guesstimations. Another number would be, I wonder, in trials, like if it comes down to going to court over something, an accuser against an accusee,
Right.
how many times does it come out that the accusations are false, and what happens to the accuser after the false claim? Because I know is a case sometimes.
Yeah, what me and Mike were talking about is we understand there's unreported cases. We understand that there is that thing. Just like we know that there's supernatural things that happen in this world that we are unaware of. And that's what an unreported case is. Unreported, so we're unaware of it. So moving on from that idea, and so now you understand what that means, the cases that are reported and the cases that do
How
go
many
to...
times has an accuser lied? Or percentage-wise.
Okay.
There you go. That's a good word.
Because if you accuser, great job. If you're an accuser, that means you've already reported the crime and you now are accusing somebody of a crime. Therefore, you are the accuser. So out of how many accusers, due process, were actually found to be truthful, right? And not a false accusation.
Yes.
Accuse, kind of, we're talking root words here. Accuser, accusation, same idea, from the same word, right? Same root word. So that's kind of what we were looking for. It's like, well, it'd be interesting. Like I can pull up civil cases and I can get empirical data out of 738, let's just hypothetically say, civil cases that dealt with speeding tickets. 473 were dealt with this way, and there's a statistical breakdown of actual known evidence, not of unreported evidence.
We got a Kevin Foster. Mike, I'm an actual victim of false accusations, so don't tell me people don't lie. No, I never said people don't lie. I've been falsely accused of lots of things myself throughout my life, and I can tell you right now, people do lie. So they do lie. That's the whole point here, folks. I'm saying that was my number. What is the percentage? And it's
of people who lie.
Of people who lie, that falsely accuse for this specific thing, not in general, not on everything going to court. I'm talking about he raped
sexual
me.
Assault.
It's come out. I know that one big story, the girl with the football player. I think we all know what I'm talking about here. And she came out on social media and admitted to it never happened. I made it all up. Well, why? Because here at My Feelings, 2 Fridays ago, we were supposed to hook up, and he got with my girlfriend. This is like college campus or high school stuff sometimes, and I get it. But that's all we're saying. And it does happen as well. I wouldn't, I'm not going to, as much as one or the other person might lie on the other, more so that would be like the women saying the guy raped her. There's also the other angles of, guys that did do something wrong will sit there and lie all day long. They didn't. I get that too.
Okay, so, yeah. And and you guys making comments right now, what we're trying to explain to you, maybe we'll put this in a different term. Anybody can sue anybody.
That's right.
What's to stop me from suing you? Well, you lied. So what has to happen? The burden of proof relies on me. I have to prove that you did something. And so if I have no proof and it turns out to be a
Mary Zimmerman. I'm confused about the situation with Rosenstein. By the way, anytime that happens, I guess we stop what we're doing and we definitely go on to this topic. I'm confused about the situation with Rod Rosenstein's situation. Is he cooperating or what? I honestly do not believe so. I think he was left with the bottom pulled out from under him and the top, and he was sitting there in like Danglesville.
Now remember, Mary, we had went over, there is a difference between Rod Rosenstein getting fired and him actually resigning.
Yes.
If We know that through some
What
of the
have they
other
been
videos.
doing this whole time, Ben? They've been pushing him. The media's been almost pre-telling the story that Trump was going to fire him because that's what they
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
him to do.
Fire,
That
fire,
way, it
fire,
would
fire.
never
Yeah.
get to this point it's at right now.
Well, when
Declassified.
Trump, yeah, if Trump fired Rod Rosenstein, there's a committee, there's a subcommittee. You don't just get fired as a federal employee. Don't you guys all know that? I'm assuming, and I'm not going to say anymore. It's almost impossible to
Well, they
become
got
fired.
rid of Peter Strzok, and what was he fired? Yeah, some of these people.
And it took a lot of congressional hearings to do that. We're talking a lot of stuff had to come out before he got fired. Now, there's certain restrictions that gets put on by the president and his administration when somebody's going through the firing process. Just like you're a union, you've got representatives. There's some process there. However, if you step down and you accuse yourself, you stand down, okay, I'm gonna retire, early retire. No, not really, excuse me, it's not early retirement. It's basically you're resigning. What you're doing is you're giving an open, you giving the president, the administration, all the different sections of our government the ability to come in, sweep you away, very quickly replace you, so the function of government can still keep on functioning. Yes. There's a 200-day clause, so
yeah, 210-day
that's the
clause.
story to that.
There's a 210-day clause. Now, the importance of Rosenstein not being, he should have recused himself, folks, because of all the conflicts of interest he had.
Major conflicts.
And even those weren't out in the forefront. He knew those more than anybody. It doesn't have to get found out by some committeeman or Trump texting about it. He knew these conflicts. It didn't have to come out over time, and they still haven't really come out in the mainstream. They haven't reported on any of it. If they do their investigative research work like we do, they would be reporting on this stuff, but they're not. They're not reporting on it. They're not saying a word about it. They are just operating in the realms of, talking about Trump all day long. That's all we get is the bad stuff too. When he does something good, they immediately find something bad. So it's a crappy situation we're in, but they're not doing their job. Now Rod Rosenstein's going to recuse himself at the very end. Well, there's a conflict of interest. Now that you're going to declassify that, everyone's going to see it. You're the only one that knew this then? I mean, that's...
Well, and we also know that once, like we're on the precipice of this huge major Moab coming up, and Judge Kavanaugh has got
they
to
set
be
up a GoFund for Kavanaugh. Is that legit? Check it out, folks. Make sure it's legit.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, I don't think he needs a GoFund going when you go for the Supreme Court. That's you don't. This isn't like a presidency.
None of this is. He's not losing. Well, I mean, his life could be definitely ruined. But I'm saying, this whole thing isn't going to be criminal. I don't think it's criminal. It's a judge of character, folks. They've already said that.
Yes.
It's like, I mean, it could be. I guess maybe I don't know what's being talked about now. There's 3 more or 4 more. I haven't kept up with all the backgrounds and who's who and who's saying what and.
I guess if there's enough evidence, there something that could be going to...
Oh, yeah, they could. I mean, they just got Cosby. I mean, he's been doing things for 20, 30 years. They're going back. I'm saying if we can go back to 83 and get some handcuffs on somebody, then we can go back to the late 90s, late 80s.
But if they have the evidence, folks, they would be using it. They would be using it. Oh, yeah. They would be putting it the smackdown. They would be, if they had anything on Trump at all. We're talking about the Russia collusion, the this, the that. I mean, everybody. They would be already having it out on the floor. They've already been 25th Amendment, trying to impeach him for dereliction of duty, not doing his presidential duties. He would have been gone in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Kevin Foster. Some people think that Flynn is on the Q team. Well, what do you think? That would be the whole point. You can tell us what you think. Go ahead. I'll read it. Some people think that Flynn is on the Q team. I'm not calling you out in a bad manner. I'm just saying, what do you think?
No,
do you think he's on there, or you don't?
post up that picture of him between two individuals and something's going on, and you know, you kind of know what we think. It's it can fit on the amount of people in the Q team can fit on two hands.
Yes.
And it's less than 10.
Less
so
than
you can
10.
do that math. You can do that math. And so is Flynn one of them?
Three
Okay,
are
we
not
know that
military.
three of them.
What was it? Three are non-military.
Three are non-military. So you know, so you have 6 or 9 people, folks. There you go. There you go. So I mean, yeah, could be, maybe.
Could
at
be
this
6
point
military and 3 not. It could be 5 military and 3 civilians. It could be 4 military.
There's
the least it could be is 3. It could be 3 military and 3 civilians.
At the very least.
That's 6.
And so, but what information is coming out? What questions are being asked from the Q drops?
Oh,
giving us
Flynn's not military. Trump's not military. We know these. Somebody's like, well, what would Flynn go towards? He's not military. When you get out, you're out. Mm-hmm. There's no tweener.
Yep, I like it. Annette, the war was already won the minute they announced Donald J. Trump as president.
That's right.
I would agree. Well,
according to some things we went over, again, just going down maybe lane, this is all over. We're just seeing the end.
The remnant.
This is the takedown of the MSN and these people exposing themselves to the rest of us is what we understand it to be. If tribunals have already happened, if we're just seeing the final piece of the game. But
this is the final countdown. Yeah, we need Kavanaugh to be seated as a Supreme Court judge. So when we start getting all these sealed indictments, some of them are going to go up to the Supreme Court because some of these indictments I can only assume have effects that go huge, broad, sweeping in our law and who's going to be coming down and what's going to be happening. And they're going to be. This is another reason why you guys, the left does not want Kavanaugh as a Supreme Court judge, because when all these indictments come out, they are going to be refusing. They're going to be kicking it up to the highest court in the land because they're going to try everything they can to get to subvert, to spin the wheels. And they know if Kavanaugh is a Supreme Court judge, because he goes by, he's like, oh, he's a by the book guy. Ah, man, he's a constitutionalist. Oh, is that a bad thing? Well, yeah, we're trying to subvert this whole apparatus ball of wax, and this guy's trying to give it back to the people. We don't want him in there. We don't want that good man in there who's represents, what we're trying to have. And the White House supports him, so he knows he's going to get, he'll get help from the White House, all these guys. And the left knows that there is a huge storm coming, but there's also a legal storm coming with all these indictments coming down. And you can only kick it up so high to the highest court in the land.
And everyone's got to take it back.
Law.
Everyone's got to take it back to... Here, let me just do this real quick. All right, I got that one. I'll just bring up another web or another desktop capture. 3.
Lisa Mullins says there's 30 for the 100,000 goal for Kavanaugh. I would really see if that's on GoFundMe. I'd really see who set that up. Because this man has a White House getting his back. Don't you think they're going to have attorneys that got his back as well from the White House?
All right, so, yeah, no, I agree on that too. Let me look at a few of these that I was doing last night.
By the way, I definitely like this this format of researching the old post numbers, word phrases. I like this setup. This is a lot nicer GUI.
Once the extremely guarded and highly classified information is finally revealed to the House investigators, DNI, public, Rod Rosenstein must recuse or forcibly be terminated. Rod Rosenstein problems. What was Rod Rosenstein's Senate confirmation vote? It was like 94-6.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in May, folks. Let me see here. When the info is released, Rod Rosenstein no more. When the info is released, no more Russia investigation. Look at this. Huber coming. Yes.
These people do hate America.
Way back in June. Yeah, these people hate America.
Wow. Was it 16? What was that one there?
Right here. The game's over when the public knows. The American people are awake. You lost control. Sheep no more. You underestimated their resolve and their ability to free think away from the pipeline narrative. We will declassify. We will shine the light. There is nowhere to hide. No amount of money, influence, or power can stop this. Our rights to secure and protect at all cost then become justified. We stand at the ready. Red wave, white squall, in God we trust.
That's huge, people. Think about that. Think about when it comes up to when it actually becomes public. There's like no way to go against this. Think about the information that's coming out.
It's not going to be about left and right. It's not going to be about Democrat, Republican. It's going to be about right and wrong. You're right or you're wrong. That's it. And that's what people be grappling on to.
The right will be so incredibly justified because you don't want to be wrong. The wrong is going to be very, very, very evil, very bad to be on that side.
Now do you understand why mirrors and disinformation is necessary? Logical thinking. That one ended. All right, so I wanted to go to post number 1 real quick because this is the one that everything relies on, folks, right? In the very beginning. Way back on October 28th, 2017. Hillary Rodham Clinton extradition